It's Miss Indy. Welcome to the building. That's right, I own it. Oh, what a feeling. Step in, brush your shoulders off. We in here chilling. Neutral nigga. Come on, let's get it.
We on the building, what an incredible feeling. All four walls and the motherfucking ceiling. Yeah, we on the air. I don't think your niggas hear me. Let me say it again so the people in the back can really feel me. We on the building and working our way up the block. New Chola, Miss Indy, what the fuck y'all thought? You knew what it was. After the last track, don't lie. How many times you wind that shit and played it back? Like 50-11, then 51-7. I'm just counting my blessings. No boasting, no flexes to exceed expectations. Shout out Cali, I'm repping. I lay bars in 2 seconds for any situation with no hesitation. Straight fire cremation. That's straight ball shit, huh? For real, don't no caking. To own the building with a deposit on the block. Miss Indy, New Cho out here making shit pop. Marathon OG.
Put that in the air, blow that smoke around like I just don't care.
It's fucking from the top all the way to the bottom. New Cho nigga.
Miss Indy, we got 'em.
Marathon OG.
Put that in your lungs, represent your hood, tell them straight where you're from.
It's fucking from the top all the way to the bottom.
Yeah.
New Cho nigga.
Miss Indy, I got 'em. Yeah, stay on the grind, these niggas focus off. Hit the orange switch, scatter roaches off the wall. Put a bug in your ear or your laptop. Welcome to the home of the half or the have-nots. Have a seat on the couch, are you comfy yet? Put your feet on the table, where the guns be at. You need some coffee or something, I done spilled the tea. Being nosy as fuck, I'm so real, you see. I started this picture, y'all gotta help me out. Painted my vision, troll bring the artist out. First off, clear the air, I'm a 100 chopper. Why you stuck in the bush, I'm in the helicopter. When I'm off of the tube, I'm just a grown man. Come from the blood of some niggas that hold their own hand. Set sail on the mission, I take the whole land. Infiltrating your pond, I feed them Mars hands. Niggas out of my league, you should become a fan. Got balls on the script, I get them by the gram. Package come in the mail, I just delete the spam. A new turn on you niggas, like I'm back in Cam. I'm militant in this bitch, I got a new plan. Hope you feeling this shit, we playing new hands. Nigga, I'm a park on the beach, I like this new sand. Before I move on the set, create a new brand. I'm going them on them niggas, I'm the new stand. Wildin' out on them bitches like you was Nick Can. It's just the way that I am, the new way I am. You bitches run with the pigs, we just fillet the ham.
We just fillet the ham. Did y'all hear what Neutral said? Shout out Neutral nigga. That was me, myself, Indy, and Neutral. And the name of that song is We Own the Building. Hold on. Y'all know I always get up here and do some old stuff. Okay, there we go. Hey everybody, long time no see. Long time no see. Lady D, Bad and Bougie. Thank y'all for being up in here with me. I have something to say. I have something to say. Yes, yes, yes. Now I'm not going to get into the actual trial right now. We all see what's going on and what has gone on. Hold on, let me share my screen again. And I have a question. And let me get to my applicant Chrome tab. And my question is this. Make sure this is on my screen. Okay, so we've all seen this this footage here, right? Now, like I said, I'm not going to get all into, what happened. We all saw it, But here's my question. Before the police were called, before all this stuff, hey, Shakra King Black, hey, KPR, I just have a question, and I want to know. I really want to know. And there's a link in the chat at the top if somebody want to come up and give their opinion. What struck me a few days ago in the testimony of the young man, Mr. Martin, okay? And I was struck because of when he said that, he looked at the bill and all this, and then he finally went over and spoke to his manager. Now, I don't remember if it was a manager or the owner, so please forgive me. So, hey, Miss Beverly, so good to see you, love. Okay, so here's my question. I heard the young man say that the owner slash manager, whichever one, after he told this man he had the counterfeit bill, he sent his employee outside. Now, the reason it struck me was because, number one, this young man didn't appear to be in a security guard position, didn't appear to be hired as a security guard, right? So I'm wondering why this person in authority would send this young man, not only by himself, another person, as this young man stated, went out the first time to the vehicle. He went out there, said what he said, asked Mr. Floyd to come back in. The passengers, as he said, was doing most of the talking and everything. As we know, no one went back in the store. So Mr. Martin went back in and told his boss, "Hey man, listen, I done went out there, told them what you told me to tell them. They won't come back in the store." Owner asked, "Are they still outside?" "Hey, Sierra." And he says, "Yeah." And he sent him back outside again. See, here's my problem. I had a problem with the first time, but I really want to know, had Mr. Floyd or any occupant in that vehicle, let's just say they weren't as calm as they were that day. What if they're all hyped up on something? Why send an employee outside off the property, away from the business of employment, across the street to deal with someone or people that refuse to come in the store, and then you send them out a second time? So my question is, have these people just been out their mind that were in this truck and there was no evidence? I'm not suggesting that they were. I'm just asking a question. Had this young man, this employee of Cup Foods, Mr. Martin, or any other employee that came out behind them, had they gotten injured? Had they gotten injured, who would have been liable? It's just a question. Would the owner slash manager be in some type of trouble? Is that negligence, sending an employee who did not testify nor appear to be in any type of security position? If someone in that truck, they did not, and there's no evidence that any weapons were in there, but had there been, let's just if they would have pulled out a gun or any weapon and assaulted this employee, would the manager slash owner have any charges? Because it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me that you would send an employee off the property and across the street to deal with a person, not once, but twice, without thinking of the employee's safety or anything else. Why didn't the manager slash owner, whoever, why didn't they get up and go outside? Why was that employee treated like that? Like the bottom of the food chain or something disposable, dispensable. Send them out there. I didn't like it personally. It just struck me. It struck me. Hey, Sierra. It struck me. So if these people were injured, in my opinion, that whoever sent them out there, the manager who Mr. Martin testified was sitting behind the computer, behind the counter. If something would have happened, he should have been charged. And I'm going to tell you something else. This young man said his mother was upstairs. He said he called his mother. Right? Let me take this down and put something else up. He said that that he called his mother and asked her not to come down because of what he was seeing. Had this went wrong, I know what the hell I would have been saying. One thing. I know what I would have been saying to the manager slash owner, which is, why the hell would you send my child outside of the business that he's paid to do? You sent him out there to confront individuals for passing an alleged counterfeit bill? Those are the questions that I will be asking as a parent. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair. I don't know what the manager was thinking in that moment. But if we look at this is a horrible situation. This could have been horrible from the very, very, very beginning if they were dealing with different people. Who would have been at fault? Would have been this young man's fault for just walking out there and not asking any questions when people had been pointing the finger at him? Are we supposed to wait for something to happen in situations like this before someone asks any questions? What really is the responsibilities of the owners? I see you bad. At the end of the day, when I was a teen, I worked at retail clothing stores, and they used to say, don't try to stop a thief. Let them go and call the police. Yes. So this is why it stunned me. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us was. I'm not the only one. But exactly. Not only that, he's not even in hey Shantae, in a security type of position. So if this young man had went out there and lost his life on the clock at the request of his superior, on the clock and across the street, off the property, who should have been held responsible? Right, Lady D. That's all I'm saying. That's just my thinking. And hold on, let me stop sharing this. It really, as a lot of other people, you see these witnesses, and they're all dealing with survivor's guilt. I couldn't imagine being in their position. Yeah, we've seen the videos, and I'm gonna keep it quite frankly honest with you. I did go to the march. They had a march where I live, like they're marching all over the country. I attended the march for George Floyd. I still have that video. I never uploaded it. I think I'm going to do so though. And in that march, for me, it was the atmosphere. I'll put it like this. Had I seen this video in its entirety, the way the world have seen it through this trial, I would have had a very different feeling. I think that it's a good thing because I think I would have been more angry. What I saw was enough for me. I was pissed just like a lot of other people in the world. But to see this man in this video in its entirety, and to hear him practically speak out, what was going to happen to him. He felt like he was going to die. No matter which way, he thought he was going to get shot. But at the end of the day, he felt like he was going to lose his life. Who would have been at fault? Hey, Sakina, how you doing? Sakina, I want to ask you something. I don't know if you heard me talking. The way that manager sent that boy outside to the car where Mr. Floyd was. And I'm not, like, as I said, disclaimer, and I'm not suggesting anything or any foul thing was in that car or weapons or anything, but I'm just saying, who would have been responsible had the people in that car jumped on that boy, killed him, or whatever else? Because the manager asked him to go outside and play security. And another thing, the young man said that this wasn't the first time they've dealt with counterfeit, right? Which is why the manager said, hey, listen, y'all keep letting this stuff slide. I'm going to start taking it out y'all check. You having problems that often, as he is, why not hire a security officer? Why not? Now, I'm not counting nobody's pocket, but I mean, hell, that store do a little bit of everything. So I'm sure they had enough to he could afford a little security guard right there. You can get phones, get them fixed, get cigarettes, get food, bananas, oranges, whatever. It was like a mini-sized Walmart in there. So why can't he afford security instead of putting his employees at risk. That boy was working behind one counter, then he was over there doing cigarettes. Now he outside confronting people. How many hats was this young man expected to wear? And why was his life put in jeopardy? I don't understand it. A lot of them, every employee that went out there, if something would have happened to them, that manager should have been legally accountable and or responsible, most definitely. Because you see, when he called the police, if he was going to call the police, which he obviously did, and we've all saw what happened, that should have been the first thing. If you're going to do it, do the shit. Why put your employees? Why put your employees? His mother was upstairs. Imagine what would have went through this woman's head if she would have happened to hear shots ring out or something, knowing her baby working downstairs. Well, yeah, Sakina, you know what I mean? Because they had, it was just everything in there. So I don't understand why they couldn't pay for security as opposed to putting your employees in harm's way. That's all I'm saying. As far as the officer, I hold the opinion of most. I'm also watching the trial daily, very, very, very closely, and we'll see how the outcome is. I don't know. I just cannot. I just keep going back to it. I can't. His mother is upstairs. This adult man is sitting behind a computer and won't get up off his ass. He can't get up off his ass to go outside and then cross the street to confront 2 to 3 adults sitting in the vehicle tinted windows. It doesn't even sound right even coming out my mouth. So the audacity of someone in that position, I do not blame the young man. He at work. It's just another day on the job. He going with the flow. Yeah, I'll run out there. Okay, well, yeah. But that's wrong. That's wrong. Now, I don't expect, I'll say this. I hope in private, someone with the proper training, credentials, and or authority has pulled this manager to the side and expressed to him the wrong in that. And how this could have went very bad for his employee. And that's just the whole point I was making today. You know what? I am sure glad to see everybody, though. I will say that. I'm glad to see everybody. I've missed you guys. Everybody's going through some stuff in their life. We're trying to finally get back on track regarding this COVID. Hey, how many of y'all went and got the COVID shot? Don't lie. Put a 1 in the chat if you got the shot or you plan to get the shot. I'll go ahead and tell you my stance on it right now. I'm a linger like hell. I'm a linger in the back, in the back until, I just have to take it. And that means if it's stopping me if it's stopping my employment, something like that. Who's taking it? Hey, Sierra, you took it bad? Were you afraid? Were you okay? Did you have any after effects? I know my daughter's friend was telling me that somebody that they know went and took the shot, and right where they injected it, the hair fell out right there, right? And then when they went back the second time for the second injection, all the hair on their arm fell out and stopped growing. So I don't know what that's about. But here's the thing. We all know that, some people will be affected. That's just with anything. People have allergies, people, but they can't go on the news and tell us that. They can't say that because people they'll be too scared. Nobody wants to be the one, right? But we see, at least I do online and over internet, sometimes where it didn't go too well. How'd it go? Let me see. Let me see if I can work this. Okay. Okay. And you didn't feel nothing else. Did you get both doses already or just the one? You gonna pass, Shantae? I hear you. Listen, I don't like. I don't like needles anyway. And I've had children, and I've refused. Certain things. Um, what is that? Epidural, all that. Listen, never mind. I'll deal with it because I don't want to be stuck in my back. I had an epidural one time, and I had to go get. I had a C-section with my last child, my youngest one. Buki, that's the one I put a video up yesterday. Yesterday was his birthday. No, it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. But anyway, so Sierra Bell, me either. I don't trust. Hold on, my eyes getting bad. I know I need to have my ass at the eye doctor. Me either. I don't trust anything the government says or trust any. Right, right. Miss Beverly, have you taken it? The shot is not good. Good period with or without it can still get covered. There agendas behind this, right? So, and they really are changing the potency of it. It seemed like every hour on the hour. First it was 80% effective. Oh, now it's 99. I don't know. I'm kind of with you though. I don't think I want to be, like I said, unless it's mandatory, for sake of my employment or something like that. But they're gonna stop us from flying. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do all kind of stuff. They already was talking about that little card that they're gonna be given to people who fly and stuff. I don't know. Hell, they might try to stop us from voting. Shit, you ain't got your COVID with that paper. You can't vote. So, yeah, they're going to be trying to push us in it, backdoor us some kind of way for those who are really not interested or just really don't know. Or maybe you're like, you just want to, lag to the back of the line and just see what's really, 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 really. Okay, Miss Beverly, I'm with you. I'm gonna chill and put that up there. I'll ride without it until my time is up here. Understand? Let's see that. I have a video about what someone told me about the vaccine today. Is it good or bad, Bougie? Good. Is it good or bad? Now, my parents, both of my parents have went and got the vaccination. They're old school as expected. They're real big on science and everything. And not that's not to say that I'm not, but I don't know, man. I don't know. And then did y'all hear the Johnson and Johnson that had messed up like 1 trillion of them or something? They said it didn't make it out here though. Those batches were caught before they ever, reached anywhere. But just, these mishaps and shit, I just don't want to be the one. Let me see, Sierra. That shot had mercury. I heard that. As other shit, don't say we right. I want to know what stopped your hair from growing back on your arms. What the hell stopped hair from growing on your arms? I agree. No one should be forced. But see, that's the key word, bad and bougie. They're not forcing. You'll hear that all day long. We're not forcing, but they're going to be doing stuff to make it, like I said, people who like to travel, need to travel, or which way, they're going to start doing that, forcing people to get the shot. It's just, it's, I don't know. But like I said, I'll be lingering in the back chair, watching everybody else. I just know my parents has taken it. A few of my aunts, but these are mostly older people. A lot of younger people that I know and have spoken to, they're not interested in getting the shot. So, not in the least bit. Shout out Red Bull. Anyway, I just wanted to really briefly speak on my thoughts on Mr. Martin. I believe his name is Christopher. Don't quote me on that. And his testimony about being sent outside. I mean, that really shook and rattled me for a while because his life, is very different as it is now because he is dealing with survivor's guilt. And it's not his fault. And I'm sure that he's in counseling to try to help him through this. Some of the people on the sidewalk, I'm sure some of them may need counseling too, because you can't unsee what we saw. A lot of people have never experienced death to where you see someone take their last breath, especially, screaming and pleading for their mother or their loved one. So anyway, on that note, I really didn't have let me see. Anything else, family? Look at Spirits Benedict 2025, 2020. It's a pandemic. Look up SPARS pandemic. Okay. How do you go? Oh, with my parents, it went fine. It went fine. Neither one of them had any side effects. I think my mom did experience a little bit of fatigue, but as far as like anything like, rashes or anything like that, or feeling lightheaded or anything like that, no. She was fine. Thank goodness. They're trying to reduce population. I believe this, Beverly. I believe you better say, where is that? Is that China? Somewhere. I don't know if they still do it, but where was that? Where they was like, it was couples could only have like 2 kids per family. And like if the woman ended up pregnant again or something, that she would have to board the baby and tubes are tied. That was to control population also. So it's just a whole lot, but I don't know. I've been, trying to I like to look into things, that I'm interested in. I try not to, on certain things, not everything. I try not to go too deep because I'm a deep thinker and I don't want to get on something and just have it, constantly on me. And that's kind of what happened with this situation with Mr. Martin, which is why I wanted to come up here and kind of ask y'all what y'all thought about that. If that was your son in that store, everything happened exactly as it happened, would you have any words for that manager? Yes or no? Or would you just be grateful that your child was okay? Would you have a conversation with your child and say, baby, oh my God, please don't ever do that again. I love you so much, babe. That's not, what you're there to do, honey. This, that, and the third. What would you do? Or would you just say nothing? This is why we need to stock up. I won't be able to buy unless you right. See, okay. You better say it, Beverly. They may even stop letting us. You go into stores, major stores, big box stores. They may start making you show proof for that. What's that, Sierra? Right. I would have sued his butt. My child would have been right. And I just, like I said, at some point, I hope so that this, situation, and I'm not talking about specifically Mr. Floyd, in my condolences, but from the actions of that manager, from the time that he sent that employee out there and the other employee that followed, I hope someone pulled him to the side and told him that that was a wrong move within itself. Period. It's coming for sure. Oh Lord. Yeah. I do believe it, Beverly, but like I said, honey, I'ma hang to the back of the back of the back. I'll probably talk to my child, but probably not the manager. Okay, yeah. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I put it like this. I don't know. If my child had been hurt, I certainly would have been speaking to I would have dealt with the manager and so many other people as a lot of you would have. Definitely would have spoken to my child about safety. But look, he's a kid, and that's not to disrespect him or anything. He's obviously he's a grown man, but he wasn't thinking nothing. That manager is of age, and his concern should always be with the employees. And I didn't see him express that in any kind of way in regards to his employees. He put them at risk. He was negligent. Had something happened, his ass should have been locked up for manslaughter or something else, because he had no business sending somebody not only outside of the store, but across the street to confront 2 to 3 overgrown adults sitting in a vehicle with tinted windows. I just think it's I think it's wrong. Hey, Wada. Hey, Wada. I was just in here running my mouth. I was supposed to go live a little later, but I'm going to be busy a little later, so I want to run up here right quick and put my little 2 cents in. Not on the Floyd case, you know, in its whole. I will be doing a live on that once this is over. I want to see it from beginning to end, and before I give my personal input. But like I said, my opinion is as most of America in this case. We saw what we saw. We cannot unsee what we saw, and very, 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 very tragic. Let me tell you something else I didn't like about the defense attorney. He was trying to say that, you know, Mr. Floyd was screaming mama and he calls his girlfriend mama. What difference does it make? He was screaming out for someone he loved, who he knew loved him. I understand that, you know, the defense have to do things. Their job is to get their client off by any means necessary, and I understand that. He better be careful though. He better tread lightly and not upset this jury. So yeah, yes, he did endanger him. Let me see what did Bad say. They probably can still sue him because he put him right. I mean, criminally and his ass money and jail time. Put it like that. Sue his ass criminally and the other one. Joanna, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah. What is this, Miss Bear? Let me see. Must go. The career is exposed in darkness. Okay. So I hope everybody who does celebrate Easter enjoyed your Easter yesterday, and it was pretty quiet for me, the way that I like it, child. So, but I'm not gonna hold y'all no more. I done ran my mouth enough. I do miss you guys very much. I'll be speaking on some more stories and stuff in the very near future. I plan to get back on track and on a consistent and constant schedule starting the middle of this month. I will be going back to my stories and some news clippings, things that I find extraordinary, or you know, something I want to bring to the table. And yes, if I may have to do a couple of dog walks in between that, yes, I will still dog walk you. Anyway, let me get out of here. I went, Joanna, I went to the calendar shop and I got some gelato. I got not the flower, it's the plant. I got the clone. I just got him. So I'm all excited. I'm getting ready to do what I need to do with it, get it and put it in something else. And we're gonna get the proper dirt and everything. So it's my first little plant that I'm trying to do right. The last one I had ended up looking like the broke down Charlie Brown Christmas tree by the time I got done with it, because I kept going out there picking the buds off before the tree was done. And I didn't know when you pick the buds off, it killed the tree. So, you know, I just didn't know all that. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all for coming in. If you didn't get a chance to leave your comment during this live stream, please drop it in the comments below. I want to know, what would you have done had that been your child being told, instructed to go outside off property and across the street, not once but twice, to confront people regarding business in the store? How would you feel and what would you do? This is Miss Indy. Thank y'all for coming, and I'll see you later.